Hey guys, so I just wanted to introduce this new indicator that I wrote that puts together many complex ideas into as simple of a package as possible. So the initial idea behind this indicator is to look at the log trends of specific assets. So here is Apple, and this is a well-known exponential stock. And one of the key important factors that you need to understand about this indicator is that this is meant to be used on the log chart, not on the absolute chart. And the reason being is because uh, exponential lines on an absolute chart are linear lines on a log chart. And so this channel produced on the absolute chart doesn't actually capture the this exponential curve here that's happening, but on a log chart, that exponential curve is actually pretty well captured by this channel. And the idea behind this indicator is that it's meant to be as simple as possible. There's only a single parameter, which is n, which is this lookup parameter. And just by increasing n, we increase the lookback. And the idea is that this indicator is meant to be stable. So what's happening for lesser ends, those features that are picked out for lesser ends are going to remain stable as you increase n. And that increasing n essentially just picks up uh, earlier patterns because the look back is further essentially. Um, so this indicator combines Monte Carlo sampling because this is doing a random sampling of the past, and because of that, it's fundamentally a redrawing indicator. So when you are looking at, say, much closer time scales, such as say the minute time scale, um, that this redrawing is going to be very obvious. But the whole idea is that this redrawing, at least for an indicator like this, is going to be uh, part of the design of the indicator, because the thing is that these support lines are actually meant to decay as the time series evolves. So the relative strength of this particular line should necessarily decay as it is further and further back into the past. Now the lines are weighted uh, because they are lines that are further back into the past. Uh, but the idea is that this redrawing then decays these lines, these past weighted lines, as the time series evolves. And so redrawing and temporality are key to this indicator actually, because of the fact that these sampled lines are sampled in a very specific context while the sampling of the lines remains static. And that's all these opinionated assumptions are kind of captured in the simplicity of the essentially three lines of code that make up this indicator. Uh, so that this opinionatedness about, say, the sampling distribution and how the lines are weighted, say in their transparency or in their thickness, um, are just meant as a guideline or maybe a set of approximate values just to demonstrate. And the whole idea is that um, we want to focus on the essentials of what is actually being put together here in this one indicator, which is Monte Carlo sampling, the log lines. These are the two main factors of this indicator. So to reinforce this notion, let's just look back on the weekly chart. or sorry, on the daily chart, I believe. There we go. Um, so let's actually first turn off this indicator, and then using the really nifty highlighter tool, let's actually look at the weekly chart. Uh, Even better yet, I suppose the monthly chart. Okay, perfect. Um, so let's so this is Apple on the monthly chart with the log scale turned on, and Pines or TradingView recently came out with this really nice highlighter tool. So let's just sample some lines in this log space with this highlighter. And let's see that one more time. There you go. And so now that we've sampled some straight lines in the log space of this chart, let's extend the chart a little bit, and then let's transform it into an absolute chart. And as you can see, what I've been talking about and what is being shown in this indicator is this exponential growth that is unique to each asset. And so when we go back on the log chart and we turn on the indicator, let's go back on the, say, weekly. Uh, then, as you can see, these sampled lines are automatically drawn, and we don't need the highlighter tool anymore. We can actually just use a Monte Carlo method, and it approximates exactly this process. So, the whole idea behind this indicator was that using this opinionated set of hard-coded parameters, I could create this very simple indicator that worked approximately and quite accurately, pretty well across many different assets and many different timescales. And the key part of the simplicity is the insensitivity to the single input. So the insensitivity to this one input required a pretty clever choosing of all of these hard-coded variables. And as I mentioned earlier, improving on things like, say, the sampling of these support lines, or maybe the weighting of the support lines, could definitely be done in a variation of an indicator like this. But the whole idea is just to express this idea that a family of indicators, uh, using this set of principles based around temporality, uh, Monte Carlo sampling, and just simplicity and insensitivity to parameters or input. Um, these are the kinds of things that I wanted to illustrate in this indicator, and to possibly give other people ideas and indicators that they may want to build based around these concepts. So that's about all I wanted to get through. Uh, I hope you all appreciate it, and maybe it'll be useful to you. Any kind of feedback is very welcome. Any suggestions or ideas, I'm always open to hearing them. So, really appreciate it. Thanks.